Hi again and welcome back. In this chapter, we will define the logical process of your AI search optimization that you can take and apply to your own business. So, how do you digest what we learned in the previous chapter and approach AEO optimization? To help you put things on the right shelves in your head, here's this. AEO optimization pillars are essentially the same as in traditional SEO. Technical optimization, on-site content optimization, and off-site optimization. They just behave slightly different. Let's review them. Here is a distilled set of technical content structure recommendations. Note that there is a downloadable handout that comes with this lecture, which you can share with your web team. It has more detail. In this video, we'll just skim through the high-level points. Key point: think of your page not just as a brochure for humans, but as structured data that AI can easily parse, extract, and recombine. Here's how you do it. First of all, use SSR, server-side rendering. CSR, client-side rendering, contradicts and disrupts marketing and prevents LLMs, as well as Google, from properly pulling your website data. If you are already on CSR, transition is painful but possible, and is a must. There are a bunch of browser plugins that allow you to check whether your site is rendered with SSR or CSR. If you don't know for sure, you can Google them, AI them easily. 2, build a strong data infrastructure. Never put content into JavaScript files. LLMs won't be able to read anything from there. Use plain HTML code. Implement schema markup everywhere. Use schema.org structured data so AI knows what each element represents, not just what it says. We'll review examples on the next slide. Ensure real-time availability rates and inventory is accessible via your feeds. Map all amenities and services comprehensively. Keep reviews and ratings organized and visible. This allows AI to lift structured data directly into its generated answer boxes. Keep indexing simple and fresh. Maintain a clean sitemap with semantic URL structures. Use last modified headers to signal recency. Refresh content frequently. Stale descriptions, outdated offers, or old reviews will get downgraded. Open the gates for AI crawlers. Review your robot's TXT and server logs. Explicitly allow AI crawlers like GPT bot, Claude bot, Google extended Perplexity bot, and others. Block only when necessary. Otherwise, make your valuable content accessible. Note that LLM crawlers are more hyper than traditional bots. They're hungry for fresh content. They'll be visiting often. It might be a good idea to also implement LLMs TXT, a proposed standard for LLM crawlers. Just make sure that it sits in an AI folder. Ensure consistency across channels. Use the same labels everywhere. AI cross-checks and inconsistent naming reduces trust and may exclude you. Add context to visuals. Tag all amenities with descriptive alt text. For video, always include transcripts and captions so AI can parse content. Prioritize speed and clean UX. AI and users penalize slow booking flows. Fewer redirects. Avoid multi-step journeys. Make it mobile first. Most AI-driven traffic will be on mobile devices. Trust engines. AI engines boost sources that feel safe and reliable. HTTPS with no mixed content errors. Compliant checkout flow. Prominent display of reviews, sustainability badges, certification, time rates in Schema. Highlight best price guarantee in structured copy, not just banner ads. Last but not least, prepare for agent-to-agent bookings. Soon, personal AI agents will book for me. Your booking engine should be able to accept automated queries like MCP protocol and provide secure tokenized checkout flows so AI can process card data safely. Again, for a detailed description of technical optimization strategies, refer to the corresponding PDF handout attached to this lecture. Here are examples of some essential schema types, depending on the type of business you own. Organization schema, local business schema, product schema, service schema, offer, FAQ, or how-to schema. If you're not a developer with a lot of experience and don't really know how to generate content in schema format, I've got you covered. Here's a simple tool that you can use to easily generate code in schema format using templates. Go to agentichospitality.com/schema. It's another quick note on crawler config. If you check your server logs, you'll see strings like this. That's how you know they're bots accessed your site. You can allow or block specific bots, as I mentioned before, in your robots.txt file by targeting their user agent name. For AI search optimization, AEO, you'd usually want to allow reputable crawlers, since they pull your content into AI-generated answers. Blocking them means invisibility in AI search. Bottom line, for any business, technical content structure is now as important as design. Your website needs to be structured, modular, consistent, and accessible. That's what ensures your property is discoverable and recommendable by AI, but also bookable by AI agents. Okay, now let's review the main strategies for optimizing your AI web presence through on-site content optimization, Pillar 2. This is for marketers. When it comes to AI search, content isn't just about being published. It's about being structured, fresh, and designed to be cited. Let's break it down. 1. Lead with clarity. Open with 2-3 sentence summary that directly answers the customer's core question. AI engines often grab these intros for quick replies. Use Q&A and FAQ formats. Frame section headings as natural customer questions. Add FAQ schema markup so AI can extract discrete Q&A pairs. Embed snippable facts. Include data points, stats, and expert quotes. Facts in clean, short sentences are more likely to be cited. Make it skimmable. Short paragraphs, bullet points, and numbered steps. Use descriptive H2H3 headings. AI pulls clean, structured snippets, not dense walls of text. LLMs also love comparisons and tables. Keep content fresh. Update core pages at least every 6 to 12 months. More than 70% of AI citations come from pages updated within the past year. Stale info equals lower visibility and lost citations to competitors. Next, prioritize original authoritative content. Showcase proprietary data, survey results, sustainability certifications, awards. Unique content beats generic descriptions every time. Write for both humans and AI agents. Structure content so it's persuasive to customers and parsable by AI. Think dual audience. Humans read your copy, but AI agents decide if it gets shown. Interlink and cluster content. Build topic clusters to reinforce expertise. Internal linking strengthens your position in knowledge graphs. Optimize for citations, not just clicks. Phrase insights so they can be quoted directly by AI. Clear sourcing makes your content reference-worthy in AI overviews. Last but not least, voice and perspective strategy. Use the right voice. Third-person facts. For example, the hotel features 120 rooms with ocean views. It's clean for AI parsing. Second person, intent match. For example, you'll enjoy direct beach access just steps from your room. It matches traveler prompts. First person, authenticity. I loved the rooftop pool and friendly stuff. From guest reviews reinforces trust. Best practice, blend all three. Third person for official info, second person for inspiration, first person via reviews and social proof. Key takeaway for business owners. AI-driven visibility is no longer about who shouts the loudest, but about who explains the clearest, updates the fastest, and earns the most trust. Keep content factual, structured, and frequently refreshed. Layer voices for credibility and relatability. Again, for detailed description of content optimization strategies, refer to the corresponding PDF handout attached to this lecture. A quick note on AI-generated text. ChatGPT made me believe that it's okay to use it, ChatGPT, to write text for website content without hurting your AI placement. It's up to you if you want to believe him, her, them, or not. So, now that we learned what AI wants, the why factor, how do you know what story to tell on your website? And what's important, who to persuade? Well, you need to understand your audience. Your high-value segments, of course. If you have a good CRM or CDP platform that tracks this for you, you're good to go. If not, you can derive this information from your Google Analytics. This is how it looks. See the screenshot. First, you navigate to the User Attributes section in Google Analytics to view demographics and audiences, if you have your audience configured. If not, you can find a bunch of videos online. It's pretty easy. 2. Review age, gender, geographic distribution, and interests. Derive audience segments with highest engagement and conversion rates and focus on them. And publish content that will address the needs of those segments. Bam! You're golden. For example, in GA4 user attributes, you might notice age 25 to 34, gender 60% female, location Los Angeles and San Diego metro, device 80% mobile, language English, acquisition 70% organic search, high engagement with weekend packages page, highest conversion rate on Book Now when visiting Friday, Saturday, for example. So this describes your leisure travelers, mostly women, booking weekend getaways from Southern California. So you may want to write a blog post, 48 hours in San Diego, the perfect weekend escape. Include itinerary ideas, brunch spots, rooftop cocktails, nightlife, nearby attractions. Use photos, short videos, optimized for mobile, etc. You get the point. Now, pillar number 3. This is all about off-page optimization for AI. Essentially, everything you do outside of your own website to improve how trustworthy, visible, and authoritative your brand looks to both people and AI search engines. Start obviously with your Google Business Profile. It's the single biggest trust signal outside of your website. Optimize for near me. Add schema markup for your address and geo coordinates so AI knows exactly where you are. Don't forget external linking. Make sure credible sites, directories, and review platforms are pointing back to you. And finally, social media. Authentic posts, reviews, and even short-form videos are now signals that AI platforms use to validate your reputation. Put these together, and you've built the off-page foundation AI needs to confidently recommend your products. So what sources AI platforms use to generate hotel recommendations? Here's the big picture answer based on how the major AI platforms actually pull, filter, and rank content today. For a detailed description of web sources used by AI, refer to the PDF handout that is attached to this lecture. Third-party platforms and aggregators. Amazon, Yelp, eBay, etc., depending on the type of your business. Why? Almost every AI platform pulls pricing, reviews, and ranking data from these guys. It's just the path of least resistance for them. Weight, extremely high. It's often the primary baseline data set for recommendations. Implications for businesses? Well, you can't ignore aggregators. Even if you hate their commissions, their content feeds AI search, so make sure listings are up-to-date, accurate, and well-reviewed. Next up, Google ecosystem. Google Maps, Google Business Profile. Why? Gemini heavily prioritizes this ecosystem, but even ChatGPT, Perplexity, Copilot, and others cross-check data from Google. Signals that are pulled: location, photos, reviews, rating, structured data, schema markup. Implications for businesses: optimize Google Business Profile like it's your second website. Next, review platforms and trusted reputation sites. TripAdvisor, Yelp, Trustpilot, Google OTAs, etc. Why? AI platforms give heavy weight to authentic feedback and aggregated sentiment. Signals pooled: volume, recency, tone of reviews. Negative patterns or outdated reviews hurt ranking. Implication: proactively manage review strategies and encourage happy guests to leave feedback on multiple platforms, not just one. And of course, your own website. Why? It's essential for structured content: amenities, policies, sustainability, brand story, direct booking incentives, etc. Signals pooled: schema markup, structured data, official photos, booking engine integration. But AI tends to downrank marketing fluff and favors direct sites mainly for unique trust signals or verification. Implication: keep websites factual, structured, and transparent. AI will scrape the data but will ignore salesy text. Social media: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Reddit, X, Twitter, Facebook groups. Why? They're used for authenticity and trend signals, especially Grok and Meta AI. Signals pulled: guest-generated content, video walkthroughs, community sentiment. Implication: encourage and reshare authentic posts, but don't rely solely on influencers. AI looks for patterns and verification. Industry and compliance sources: certification, ESG scores, health safety protocols, awards, etc. Why? AI platforms check compliance, safety, and sustainability, some more than others. Signals pooled: sanitation certification, regulatory compliance, sustainability badges, awards, etc. Implication: display certifications, LEED, Green Key, local safety badges prominently on your site and listings. AI will surface them. Here are some examples of sources from ChatGPT and Perplexity. You're looking at a screenshot from ChatGPT, a query that says, please suggest a great kid-friendly sushi restaurant in San Diego with 4.5-star reviews that accepts reservations for this Friday. I got a recommendation for a few restaurants, and on the right here in the screenshot, you can see the list of sources that it was pulling to recommend these specific restaurants for me. And there's a TripAdvisor, there's OpenTable, and Eater San Diego, an editorial source, and also direct restaurant websites. And here is Perplexity, the same query, a different set of recommendations, and in the sources on the right, you can see that it is clearly leaning very heavily towards Yelp as the main source of recommendation for these type of businesses. Now, if you haven't yet seen this, there has been a recent study by Cloudbeds that provides valuable data on how AI systems evaluate and recommend hotels based on various source types and signals. Check it out via this link that you see on the screen. This study reveals that Google Business Profiles and review platforms have the highest citation frequency and booking influence scores, while social media, though growing, still has lower direct impact on AI recommendations. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can, or just go ahead and download this report yourself from the link that you see on the screen here. Bottom line for these types of businesses from this study: keep your aggregators and Google business listing profiles in parity and perfectly maintained. This is fuel for AI. Use your own website as a structured, trustworthy anchor to leverage direct bookings. Reviews are the universal currency for AI prioritization. Treat social media as the rising differentiator for authenticity and recency. Don't forget compliance, sustainability badges. They're small but increasingly important signals. AIO is about earning recognition, not ranking like the traditional SEO, as my friend Max Starkov pointed out recently. Because in the age of AI search, it's not just about where you rank, it's about whether AI agents even recognize and trust that your business exists in the first place. If they don't, you're basically the digital equivalent of a business with no sign out front. And yes, social media absolutely plays a role here. Those Instagram posts, reviews, and even the occasional TikTok dance all feed into that recognition. So let's break it down. Different AI platforms are wired to interpret social signals in different ways. Grok by X pulls real-time posts from, obviously, X, Twitter, as crowd sentiment inputs. Perplexity AI looks at social local signals like TripAdvisor, but also at viral mentions circulating on LinkedIn or X. Meta AI naturally favors reviews, posts, and reels inside its own ecosystem: Facebook, Instagram, and short videos that feel authentic. Google Gemini obviously anchors on Google Maps and GBP, but increasingly pulls in experience signals from tagged Instagram posts or social mentions that validate credibility. What type of social media matters most? Not all posts are equal. AI systems give weight to verified experiences, video walkthroughs on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, high volume mentions and open engagement, community-driven trust signals, Facebook groups, Reddit threads, TripAdvisor forums that still shape perception and reputation. That said, AI isn't blindly scraping every hashtag. ChatGPT and Claude lean more on trusted sources than social chatter. AI filters for signal versus noise, downranking influencer fluff unless backed by reviews. Social content often gets summarized into insights like, guests on TikTok say the pool was crowded, not direct rankings. So where does this leave businesses? Well, don't ignore social. Don't overinvest in influencer noise. AI won't reward hype unless reviews confirm it. Future-proof your strategy. Encourage and reshare authentic posts on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. As AI becomes more multimodal, these signals will carry even more weight. In short, social media is becoming a secondary but growing factor in AI visibility. It's not the primary driver, but authentic, verified social proof will increasingly tip the scale in your favor. Here's a table that shows what third-party sources are used by various AI platforms. They're split by category, structured review platforms, and editorial sources. In retail, the structured review platforms are mostly represented by, obviously, Google Maps, Google Business Profiles, Yelp, Trustpilot, Amazon reviews, and whatnot. There are also multiple editorial sources that influence AI's decisions. In restaurants, it's Google Maps, Yelp, TripAdvisor, OpenTable, Resy, and Zomato, and also various city guides, Michelin guides, and whatnot. For hotels, it's TripAdvisor, also Google Reviews, online travel agencies like Booking.com, Expedia, and whatnot, and also various editorial sources, fitness and wellness, ClassPass, MindBody, Google Maps as well, of course, is relevant, and various editorial sources like Men's Health, Women's Health, local lifestyle magazines, and others. For tourist attractions, it's again TripAdvisor, and of course Google Maps, Viator, Get Your Guide, and others. And for editorial sources is National Geographic Travel, Atlas, local tourist boards, Lonely Planet, etc. For beauty and personal care, in structured review platforms, it's Yelp, Google Maps, Sephora, Ulta Product Reviews, and others. In the editorial sources, there's Best in Beauty and various other magazine and beauty guides that are available. Here's a pretty table that shows the evolution of the importance and influence of these different channels on your AI visibility. It's also available as a PDF handout attached to this lecture. Feel free to pause the video and take a screenshot. Okay, done? Good. we'll move forward. So, as you can see, AEO optimization pillars are essentially the same as in traditional SEO. But how you approach these three things has changed. Super high level overview. Again, step 1, technical optimization. SSR, structured and modular content, schemas, lists, bullets, simple indexing, open to crawlers. Step 2, on-site optimization. Structured, fresh, original, clear, authoritative content with embedded, snippable facts. Step 3, off-site optimization. Google Business Profile, local, social media, review websites, external linking. Pretty simple. Now, when I was building this course and asked what people would like to learn, some were curious. Is voice search different than typed search? So I'm including a couple slides on this. Voice versus AI search, same brain, different mouth. Since the rise of Alexa, Google Assistant, and Siri, have been asking, do I need a separate voice search strategy? The answer? Not really, good news, but you do need to adjust how you structure your content. Voice is quickly merging with AI chat. At a higher level, voice search is becoming just another interface for the same AI engines. For instance, Google Assistant is enhanced by Google's LLM, Gemini, behind the scenes. Amazon's Alexa has been around forever and is also slated to use more advanced AI for conversational abilities. OpenAI enabled voice conversations with ChatGPT a while back. This means the logic that drives answers is increasingly the LLM's logic, whether the query is spoken or typed. The AI will parse a voice query's text transcript the same way it would a written query. So, these same LLMs like Gemini, ChatGPT, and Claude now power both text and spoken search. The difference is how the answers are delivered, shorter, spoken, and often just one or two results. Let's take a look at the difference. How voice differs from text search. More conversational queries. People speak in full questions. With text, you may get Spa San Diego. With voice, what's the best spa near downtown San Diego with access to a sauna? Local and urgent. Voice is often mobile and immediate. Find me a hotel near LAX tonight. Fewer results. Voice assistants typically give one answer, not 10 links. This raises the stakes for being the spoken choice. And tone sensitive. Voice AI favors simple, natural phrasing. Forget marketing fluff. It needs clear facts it can read out loud. What business owners should do. Optimizing for voice search doesn't require separate content. It requires structuring existing content to serve both text and voice effectively. The million-dollar question again, do you need two content sets? No, because you don't know whether a customer or AI agent is accessing your content through a screen interface, text, visual, or through a voice interface. You just need different formatting for different interfaces. And this concludes chapter number 4. In the next and last lecture, we will talk about actionable steps you should take today to start optimizing AI visibility in your organization. Thank you for listening. See you in a bit.